Hello everyone, welcome back to the Homeschool Teens.
Yes.
Today we're going to be doing ways that you can study.
Yep.
Let's get started. Cue the intro.
Okay, so the first thing we are going to start off with today is note-taking. That is one of my favorite things to do, take notes. Therefore, I want to give you some techniques, whether you feel a good way about note-taking or whether you don't like it at all. I totally understand. Number one thing you can do with note-taking is you can do what's called chunking. There's several different, like breaking information down several different ways so that it just won't be so much like an overload on your mind to remember. Then, you can also just write, like just say vocabulary words, like the vocabulary word. Maybe just write 2 points, kind of do it like in twos, like write 2 and 2, like to help you remember the different things. Like if you want to remember, just say something that's closely associated with something else, then you could do that. Another thing you could do with notes is just say if you take notes during a lecture, you can study them if you study the whole book and take more notes if you like to do that. You don't have to do just that method. You can do any of the methods I've chosen, or even figure out your own.
Another thing with note-taking, I'm not the best note-taker and I'm not really an avid note-taker, but I do take notes sometimes, especially when I'm listening to sermons or speeches where I want to comprehend better. I probably need to take more notes. But another way you could take notes is through Microsoft Excel or Google Spreadsheets or all of the other word processing forms and stuff like that. But you see here on this screen, you see over here I have the term red. You can see it better up here. And the definition of red, that in this case would be the longest wavelength color on the electromagnetic scale. Correction, the visible light scale inside the electromagnetic scale. I put that definition to be short with it, but you see what I did, and then I can go to the next line, or if there's more things about red, I can add another thing, just say, and then I press enter, and then that both of these are associated with this definition. Then I go to the next line, and I can put a definition there. This is a wonderful way of taking notes because it's an organized system. It's called the Cornell Note System, and I got it from Spreadsheet Shoppy, which I'll put the link to that for a free download in the description.
Another way you can study is by something called Mnemonic Devices. That is a way where you can combine two like-minded things into one. Like let's say the Spanish word for homework is la tarea, and then just say if you're a Boston Terrier, you can say Boston Tarea. I hope my Boston Tarea doesn't eat my homework, just to get the idea of what you're trying to say. So that's one way you can do mnemonic devices.
The next mean of studying is flashcards. And flashcards, everyone knows what this is, pretty much everyone. But you just have cards and you're flipping through them. And that's helpful because you can see the term on the front and the definition on the back. It is also another organized way to take notes. The next way that I want to mention about note-taking is that you can make up a song about what you're studying, or you can make up a visual with it. And what I mean by that is a song helps you get into your head. I had memorized several things, and I've made up songs or rhythms to them, and it gets so stuck in my head that I actually remember the rhythm and the thing I had memorized to this day. Along with making a song, you can also make a visual. And what I mean by making a visual is I've heard about some people that draw their notes out in a way so you have pictures of, just say if you're learning about a spider that is not an insect, you can draw a spider, and since it's arachnid, you could put something that reminds you of arachnid, or you can draw out the spider and then put X over in fly or whatever that is an insect. This could be impactful if you take notes as well.
Okay, so another thing to keep in mind is you don't have to do it all in one sequence. You could just take a break and then maybe take a rest and eat a snack, or do something that's relaxing. Just catch up with your friends for a moment or stuff like that.
A good way to do this, I forgot what study system this is called, but what you do is study for 25 minutes hard and focused, then you take a 5-minute break. Then you study for another 25 minutes, take another 5-minute break. And then in about halfway through your study time, you can take a longer break and then go back and hit it hard with 25 minutes and 5-minute breaks.
And then one thing that is cool also when you're studying is to form a study group.
And it doesn't even have to be more than, like, me and Genesis could be studying the same thing or different things. But the good thing about having another person studying with you is you can quiz each other on terms and flashcards. Now, if the person you're studying with says the wrong term, and don't get that term stuck in your head and you end up doing the test.
Another thing somebody can also do, like people who are kinesthetic or tactile or different things like that, is like role play depending on what the concept is, or act like you're performing the skit with somebody on that concept, but it helps you remember it better.
Yep. Yeah. These are several ways that you can study.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed this video, please like and please subscribe with post notifications, if you will.
If you have any questions or anything, do not hesitate to comment down below, and please tell your friends about our channel and anybody else you know.
Tell the person you met 5 seconds ago. If you met someone 5 seconds ago, you get the idea. Notice the chunking there. I said the things about subscribe and like. She said the things about comment and tell people you know. That's chunking for you.
Yes.
Until next time, goodbye.
Bye.